how you all doing? I'm excited, alright? Today's been great! What, mate? Never! You don't have good days. I know! I've done so well. I've resisted nuking and repaving my machine. What? Okay. Rewind to the beginning of the day. I didn't record anything all day because I knew I was getting a delivery. That's one of the highlights. If anyone's curious, I got my machine up and running. Fedora 35. Got all my live streaming stuff sorted. Headset set up. OBS set up, although we're using screen capture and not window capture. It annoys me, but it works. That's fine. I just put the game I was playing onto a separate desktop. Not a separate monitor, just a separate desktop, and said hit live, transfer over to that desktop, use a key shortcut to change my scene in OBS, stream that. An entire stream of Zenith, the Last City, Windows MMO, in VR, on Linux, no problems. None, zero, zip, sod all, worked great. With two exceptions. One, the standard Linux doesn't connect to the voice server, and problem the second is these things suck balls. The Vive Wands should not be sold in 2022. They suck nuggies and they are excruciating to use over periods of time, especially in games where you have to regularly use these little side buttons. Not comfortable. Moving with this, absolutely terrible. And turn mapping isn't mapped onto the other one, so you have to physically spin and you'll end up strangling yourself over time. Gravy. In fact, I asked Jet, because Jet has an HTC Vive 2, right? I said to him on stream, I said, dude, how do you cope with the Vive Wands? These things suck. They really, really suck. Now, admittedly, I put a lot of time into my Vive, and Jet has put a lot of time onto those Vive Wands, and he goes, well, it's funny you say that. He'd gone and got a delivery, hadn't he? He'd gone and got a delivery. But unfortunately for Jet, the delivery driver basically stiffed him, and instead of knocking on his door, they just posted like one of those little notes through his door to say that they were taking it to the depot. So he was waiting, didn't get his parcel, and had to wait for the van to get back to the depot to go get it. But, see, I didn't tell Jet. I mean, assuming he hasn't actually watched the vlog, it's what my parcel is. It's the fix to the dreaded Vive Wands. But yeah, the stream went great. The overlay went really well. The IRC chat overlay was really good. I think though, because I've got it set to a transparent background, it's flickering, which is giving me a bit of a headache. But other than that, I'm fine. I'm generally fine. Really excited for tomorrow's stream though. Also, because I wasn't so hyper-anal with my machine and didn't nuke and repave it was ready for when Noodle came out of school. We played some TF2, which brings me to a highlight of the day. Not just the fact that I got to play Team Fortress 2 with my youngest boy, but I really wish I'd recorded this. Oh my god, it was insane. Noodle joins this random community server, and I hop in with him, and it's just, I can't remember the game type, it's the one with the mine carts. And we're rocking around, but instead of doing completing the objective, just people are running around murdering each other. And all of a sudden, there's this old boy on the mic. I'm telling you, like this proper old boy on the mic. You could tell in his voice, he was, I'm not saying old boy is in nasty, like you could tell he'd seen many a sunrise and many a sunset, and it's fantastic. And one of the guys on the server, someone else just went, how old are you, dude? And he was like, oh yeah, I'm like, I think he said something to the effect of like 74 or something like that. And everyone was like, whoa, damn. And he was wrecking everyone's shit. I mean, he was murdering people left and right. He was a fragging machine, and sir, it was an honor to get fragged by you. That was amazing. And funny enough, I believe the chap's name is Oldie. If you see him in TF2, say hi. Fucking great to play against. Absolutely fantastic. Funny as hell banter on the mic. Pretty solid gameplay. I thought that was a highlight of the game, to be fair. I got murdered a million times. It was absolutely the great. Also, resisting nuking and repaving, even though every fibre of my being wants to nuke and repave my Fedora system, I installed DaVinci Resolve Studio. I do not have a Studio license, but I installed Studio anyway. Studio is the paid-for version of DaVinci Resolve, which is a video editing program that's on Windows, Mac and Linux. It's one of the top proprietary editors, or one of the top editors in general, that is on Linux, and I would recommend it. I used the free one in the past, but it was a bit the jank, because it was the free one. The free one has like no codec support. I will say, DaVinci Resolve Studio is not cheap. It's nearly £300. But considering it's £300, it's yours £300. It's not actually £300, it's like $275, but it's yours, no subscriptions. The only software I know that does that now, like in the big boy market, is Final Cut 10. I think the guys behind Vegas have actually said that they're probably going to start doing a subscription model, unless you buy one of the versions off Steam, like Vegas Pro 18 or whatever. But yeah, you got like, I don't know, it'll be Final Cut and DaVinci are probably the only two that you don't have to subscribe to. I refuse to subscribe to a damned video editor. Shove it firmly up your ass, Adobe. It's just not a thing. Stop it. Should not have to subscribe to productivity software, to creativity software suites and all that. Just shove it. I mean, there's plenty of free stuff out there. So on Linux, you got Kden Live and is it OpenShot, Pativity, whatever. Like those, they're all right if you want to get stuff done. But I would like to eventually move over to DaVinci because it will run on Windows, Mac, and Linux, and the license is transferable. So that's a joy of joys. But it didn't work. It didn't launch. And as you know, I'm a bit OCD. When things don't work, oh, why don't they work? I don't like having to fiddle around with packages, install and uninstall and reinstall and all that stuff. I uninstalled DaVinci. I reinstalled regular DaVinci. I couldn't get that to work either, so I uninstalled it. Oh, no. I kept it on there, and then I got this brainiac idea. I'll do a tutorial on it at some point, because it turns out I'm not the only person having this issue. When you clicked the DaVinci icon, it wouldn't run. You'd click it, and then it would have a little spinny bit, kind of like what the Apple does when it's thinking, and then boom, nothing. Gone. So what I did was I found out where DaVinci was installed. That'll be different on everyone's machine, I believe. I don't know. But I did a LDD. So LDD is a command in Linux. It's for listing dynamic dependencies. And on my machine, it said, hey yo, you've got all these dependencies installed. Bam! And like 2 of them on the list weren't installed, but they were both the same dependency. It was a message dependency library. It was a Mesa library that wasn't installed. So I found how to install that, installed it. Yes, it fucking works now! And I've resisted pulling what's left of my hair out. I've resisted nuking and repaving my machine. So, yes! It's just a missing library. Linux is really nice. It's a really good operating system, but it's not particularly obvious why some things don't work. And sometimes things are packaged assuming that you have all of these libraries in place, and you may not always have them depending on what distro you're running. So where it might work on one, it might not work on another. It might just be missing a dependency or two, or sometimes you have to do a bit of digging, which is actually kind of fun. I like puzzle solving, but it's the working the now. I then reinstalled the studio version. Now I've got to just purchase a license. I will probably do that over the next couple of months, and then we'll switch over to DaVinci Resolve. fantastic. Because then Vegas can stop count time. In Steam, it does my nutting. That's literally the only reason that I want away. Vegas is a really nice program. You know, the Adobe suite is alright, except I don't like the subscription. Final Cut's great. They're all good, depending on what you want to do. And if you just want to do regular cuts, they're all absolutely fantastic. Because you don't need hardcore software just to make cuts. Package! We're going to do this the hardcore way because, well, we'll spin around. This is the same thing that Jet got today. Oh mate, that box says Valve Index on it. Yep, knuckles boy. We got the controls. They have arrived. Well, I put it in the vlog the other day that we've ordered them. These are the gift to stop me from crippling myself using those damned wands. Unboxing cleaver. You know, because I can't be trusted with a knife. It's a bit limp really, and I should have probably got an unboxing machete or something, but... Would be nice if I had a tripod. You do, mate, it's over there. Shut up. And the monopod. Yeah, shut up. Ooh. Look, 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 look. Look, 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 look. Oh. Oh. Oh! Controller! Oh, look, 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 look. Oh, look, this is all I want. This is all I want. Analog stick. Yes, I'll be able to turn in games. I wonder how am I going to grip to do the grab the guns thing, I wonder. Well, I'll have to look into that, but I am now mega psyched. I'll leave you there for now. I just went a bit derp and was like, where's the charging cables? They're not in any of the recesses in the box. They are underneath the Hello Worlds pack, which was, oddly enough, it's Velcroed to the packet, but the Velcro tabs kind of ripped up with it. Like, they didn't let go. So, there you go. It was two, I think are these USB-Cs? Yeah, USB-C built-in batteries. I'm not a fan of the idea of built-in batteries, but whatever. So, there you go, two cables and wrist straps. Fantastic! I don't have to cripple myself playing VR anymore. You're a wonderful control pad for your time, but whoever thought you were a good idea was just... The issue isn't, it's not you, it's me. No, it's you, it's these. Look, this is my only beef, because they're ambidextrous. Get rid of that, should have put in another trigger. Should have put in another trigger somewhere. Not great. You served me well. Goodbye. Now would you look at that? Absolutely gorgeous. That's not really the point though. Oh wow, it's even easier to use the camera controls with these things. Okay, so these are the knuckles. You can't tell realistically, but I'm not holding the controls. They just they're strapped to my hands. It's going to take a little while for me to get used to, I think, but this is so cool. And I've got sticks. Look, I can turn. Although I've got snap turning on, which is annoying, but I can turn. 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 And I kind of use my hands. Like I said, this is like really weird. It's going to take a little while for me to get used to, but thank you. Loving these. Well chuffed for those. Really, really chuffed. Again, thank you. I cannot wait to play Zenith tomorrow now. You really don't understand how painful those Vive Wands can be when you're playing with default bindings. And near enough every person using Vive Wands will complain at some point or another about how those pads function. Oh yeah, you just got to rebind all your pad, rebind all your pad, rebind, because companies don't really support them. Oculus touch controls, no problem. For the most part, the knuckles are supported. Windows Mixed Reality controls, generally supported. Those wands, no. Now, I just got a little bit distracted because I realised I had a little bit of time. I was in the kitchen, I was potting about, you know, making cups of tea and that, and I was like, there's a watch there. I wonder if I could fix that. And so, just random, got the old guitar pick out, got out the screwdrivers, and I started poking around, and damned it, I really wished I had a meter, and I really wish I had my soldering iron. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do with it, if I'm going to be able to do anything with it at all, but another puzzle to try and solve. It's just one of those, like a little tiny smartwatch, it's got a little lipo in it and everything. So I think I might go and play with that and then try and get a bit of an early night. I don't know. I'm hoping, in the case of the watch, it might be something simple, like, I don't know, it's a device that smart chargers don't like all that much. Like, you know, when a smart charger doesn't take enough, they don't detect enough current draw, they just kind of shut down, or they do a handshake to decide how much they can spit out. Some devices don't like those kinds of chargers, so I'm just hoping maybe it's that. Don't know, maybe a duff battery, maybe a duff connection, but something to play with. It doesn't work, so I can't exactly make it any worse, right? So I'm well chuffed to have the knuckles now. If you get a Vive, like I said, you can get a Vive really cheap. You can get the knuckles for a couple $100, and then you can get full body tracking for $3 or $4. That's less than a Valve Index, and you've got all the benefits of a Valve Index minus the screens, and realistically the comfort, if comfort's an issue. Deluxe audio strap, $50 on scan.co.uk. You're welcome. So, hope you're well. I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one. My VR goals for the year are nearly complete. Yes.